Welcome friends. In today's session, we will try to understand how to solve a type of question called sentence completion question. In sentence completion question, there are three basic principles. The first principle is, when you are picking an answer, the resulting sentence should be complete, correct, logical and meaningful. You are all young children. At your age, you concentrate more on the technique or grammar of a sentence. But many times in life you observe that sometimes the sentence may be grammatically or technically correct, but it may be logically meaningless. How can a grammatically correct sentence be logically meaningless? Suppose I ask you, "Hey brother, what did you do yesterday?" "Sir, yesterday I was sick, so I went to a hospital." This is a correct sentence, logical sentence. "Hey, what did you do yesterday?" "Sir, yesterday I was bored. I went to watch a movie last night." This is also correct and logical. But if I ask you, "Hey, what did you do yesterday?" You say, "Sir, I was very bored yesterday. I went to hospital last night." It is true that you were bored. It's also true that you went to a hospital and did some time pass and came. But if anybody says, "I was very bored, I went to a hospital last night," there is no grammar mistake in this sentence. The sentence is grammatically or technically correct, but logically the sentence is meaningless. So the first principle is, you have to ensure the sentence is not only grammatically correct, but it's also logical and meaningful. The second principle of approaching sentences is, you have to understand the structure and format of the sentence. The first part and second part, are they supporting each other or contrasting each other? That you need to understand. And the third principle is, you have to understand the meanings of the words both in the sentence and also in the options and select a correct option. Let us take one sample question and try to understand. The question is, the manager tried to dash money from his friend's account. Now, I am a manager, you are my friend, and in your account there is some money. I tried to dash money from your account. What did I do? Let us try to see the answers and then select an appropriate answer. Let us read the options. Empower, embellish, embroil, embezzle. All four words are very tough. Most probably you do not know the meanings of these words. Let's understand the words and their meanings. Empower. The prefix em generally gives to give, to make something happen. Empower. The government is trying to empower women. I try to empower my students. The boss empowered his employees. Empower is to give power, to make somebody powerful. The manager tried to empower money from his friend's account. Do you give power to money? The word makes no sense. Embellish. Embellish means to decorate. to make something look attractive. Yesterday I went to my friend's house. His drawing room is embellished with a lot of paintings. Today my mummy made paneer butter masala and she embellished paneer butter masala with some butter, some cheese, some tomatoes, etc. Embellish is to decorate. The manager tried to decorate money from his friends. Meaningless. Embroil. Embroil is always used when we talk about a problem. This company is embroiled in lot of financial problems. That minister is embroiled in lot of controversies. This politician is embroiled in scams. So embroiled is to become involved in a troublesome or negative way in a problem or a scam or a corruption or any such thing. I am embroiled in lot of marriage problems. Suppose if somebody is going through marriage problems, we say somebody is embroiled. Embroiled is to be involved with in a negative manner. The manager tried to embroil money. Meaningless. So the correct word is embezzle. What is embezzle? Embezzle. I embezzled a lot of money from this company. I embezzled a lot of money from my friends. Embezzle is trying to make money in a illegal, immoral, corrupt, inappropriate manner is what is called embezzle. The politician embezzled a lot of funds. So the manager tried to embezzle money from his friend's account. So the correct answer is D. Let us understand another question in sentence completion type. Let us see this question. Medieval democracies did not become democracies overnight. On the contrary, the change was dash. Medieval kingdoms did not become democracies overnight. On the contrary, the change was dash. In this sentence, the most important part is the connecting term called on the contrary. When I say on the contrary, I thought I will get a gold medal in this exam. On the contrary, I dashed the exam. That means I expected to get a gold medal, but exact opposite happened. I actually failed the exam. So when we see this word called on the contrary, whatever happened in the first part of the sentence and whatever is happening in the second part of the sentence generally are opposite. This kingdom did not become democracy overnight. So the next word which you need to understand is overnight. What is overnight? Anything sudden. Hey brother, don't try to become a millionaire overnight. Money always comes in a slow manner. Money never comes overnight manner. Overnight means suddenly. This did not become sudden. Actually opposite. This became dash. The kingdom did not become democracy suddenly. Actually the exact opposite occurred. Actually the change was a dash. That means what? In this blank, some word which is opposite of sudden or overnight should be there. Let's see the options. Unpopular, not popular. Is it anyway opposite of sudden? No. Unexpected, not expected. Is it anyway opposite of sudden? No. Advantageous, beneficial. Is it anyway opposite of sudden? No. So gradual. What is gradual? It occurred in a gradual manner. Gradually, step by step, not sudden. So the correct answer is D, gradual, which we picked by understanding the connecting term which is conveying a contrast, and then this word which means sudden. Let us understand sentence completion with another question. In at least 60 to 70% of the sentence completion questions, you will observe that the entire sentence is defined or controlled or determined by one word, which we can call a clue word or a key word. This clue word, if you can identify, you will be able to pick the correct answer without any effort. Who will tell me what is a clue word? Nobody will tell you. With practice and with experience it comes. Let's look at a sentence. Some potatoes of the Andes. What is Andes? Andes is a particular mountain range in South America and all that. Some potatoes of the Andes contain dash, known as glycoalkaloids, poisons that induce stomach pains, vomiting, and even death. In this sentence, the clue or the key term is a word called poison. What are glycoalkaloids? Glycoalkaloids are poisons. So they are dash. There is a poisonous substance called glycolide which is a dash, which contains pain, vomiting, and even death. So from that poison, we know that this glycoalkaloid is a harmful substance, negative substance, something negative should be there. Nutrients. What are nutrients? Nutrition. Nutrition is food. So our food contains carbohydrates, fats, vitamins. All these things are what are called nutrients. Is a poison a nutrient? No. So wrong. Secretion. What is a secretion? In certain plants, a type of liquid comes out of the plant or even animal. If you have seen a toddy plant, in toddy plant, people collect toddy. How? They cut the fruit and from that fruit some secretion comes. So secretion is any liquid oozing out of something is called secretion. Is a poison a secretion? Is that what I am trying to say? No. Potatoes. Do potatoes secrete anything? Is there any liquid coming out of potatoes? No. So secretion may not be correct. Inversion. What is inversion? Anything inverted. Doesn't make any sense. So toxin. What is a toxin? A toxin is a poisonous substance. A toxin is a poisonous substance. So from the word called poison, we could pick a word called toxin. So the correct answer is D. While discussing sentence completion, some questions look very simple. The options also look very simple. But many people tend to make mistakes because they get confused between two very similar sounding or similar looking options. There is no great intelligence to solve these questions, but the options are so similar, you get a doubt why B cannot be correct, why A cannot be correct. It is also giving the same meaning, no? Like that. Let us examine one question. The teacher ordered Kamal to leave the room and dash him to return. I am a teacher. One day I said, please get out of my class and don't come back. Get out of my class, don't come back. I ordered Kamal to leave the room and dash him to return. Here, I challenged him to return. Get out of the class and I challenge, if you can come back, come back. I don't think it makes any sense. I stopped him to return. I asked a person to go out of the class. What do you mean by I stop you to return? You don't say I stop you to return. So, doesn't make much sense. Here, the major confusion is refused and forbade. What is refuse? You give me something. I say, no, I don't want it, is refuse. Refusing is saying, I don't want. I asked the student to get out of the class and I refused the student to come back. Do you refuse a student to come back? You prohibit a student. You ban a student. But in many people in the mind, refusing is stuck in the mind as saying something is not required or don't do something or something. I refuse you to do this. You don't refuse somebody to do something. You ban or you prohibit somebody from doing something. So refused here doesn't give the meaning that you think it gives. So the correct answer is forbade. What is forbid? Forbid is to ban or to stop or prohibit something. Prohibit something. The teacher forbade me to smoke in the class. The teacher forbade, my religion forbids me to eat certain types of food. I am a Hindu or I am a Muslim or I am a Sikh, and in my religion I am banned or prohibited from eating something. So forbade is prohibit or ban. The teacher ordered Kamal to leave the room and forbade him to return. I prohibit you. I say you cannot return. So the correct answer is C. But many of you may also tend to get confused because you may think stopped or refused may also be very close, but they don't give the meaning that you think they give. So in sentence completion, sometimes you should know the correct idiomatic expression or the correct way people say something. Here the grammar or logic do not apply. It is just an idiom. It is the way people say something. Why I should say this? If you ask me why PUT put is put, BUT but is but, nobody can explain. That's the way people say. Here, so let us take that type of sentence. The twins are so alike that I cannot dash one from the other. We are talking about twins. I am saying that twins look exactly same. Alike means look exactly same. That I cannot dash one from the other. I cannot understand who is Ram and who is Sham. I always get confused. So that means what? I am unable to understand or find the difference between the two people. I cannot say one from the other. Doesn't fit. I cannot notice one from the other. What am I saying? I cannot differentiate. I cannot find the difference. Now here, the main confusion is discern and tell. Discern, if you read dictionaries, the meaning is given as differentiate. Discern is taken in the meaning of differentiate. To find the difference between two things. But discern is more used in the meaning of, like, sometimes I go shopping. When I go shopping for clothes, or let us say I want to buy a sari for my wife, the salesman puts two silk sarees in front of me. I cannot really understand which is better and which is worse, because for me a fabric is a fabric. But there are some women, they have such skill, such capability that they can understand which is of superior quality and which is of inferior quality, even in two things which are looking exactly similar. So the shopkeeper says, ma'am, you are a very discerning customer. You know what is good and what is bad. Discern is ability to differentiate something superior from something inferior. Here, the twins are so alike that I am unable to find the difference between two things. Discern seems to have a very, very close meaning. But in day-to-day life, in English language, when people speak, when they are unable to find which is which, they say, I cannot tell one from the other. cannot tell one from the other is a idiom, which means unable to find the difference between two things. While discern seems very 99.9% close to the meaning, because of the way people speak, the word tell is correct. The twins are so alike that I cannot tell one from the other is a correct idiomatic expression. So the correct answer is B. A is not wrong, but within A and B, B is more correct. So that's the way you have to select the option. In sentence completion, there are sentences which test your ability to understand the structure and format of the sentence, and also identify the clue words and keywords, and also know very clearly the meanings of the words. One such question is this: unlike her brother Harry, who extolled the merits of English, Alice lost no opportunity to dash them. Here, the first indicator is a word called unlike. What is unlike? Unlike my brother, I have a bald head. My brother is unlike me. That means what? He doesn't have bald head. He has a lot of hair. Unlike somebody means whichever quality my brother has, I have opposite quality. Unlike her brother Harry, who extolled the merits of English. From this word unlike, we know in the two parts there are opposite things happening. Now what did Harry do? Harry extolled the merits of English. What is extol? Extol is to praise, to talk positively about something. My brother Harry praised the merits of English language. But unlike, opposite to that, Alice lost no opportunity to dash them. My brother praised that movie very much. But unlike my brother, I dashed the movie. Suppose me and my brother went to a movie. My brother praised the movie a lot. But unlike my brother, I dashed the movie. That means what? I did something opposite of praising. So, Harry praised the merits of English, but unlike Harry, Alice dash English. What did she do? She criticized. So, in this blank, we need to have a word which has a meaning called criticize. Tolerate. Does tolerate have a meaning called criticize? No. Restrict. What is restrict? To put restrictions, to put controls, to put some prohibitions. Doesn't fit. Abide. I promise to abide by all the rules of Indian Constitution. I promise to abide by the rules of this college. Abide is to follow. We want a word which means criticize. So the only word which is in the meaning of criticize is disparage. What is a disparage? To talk cheaply about something, or to talk in an insulting or criticizing manner about something or somebody. So the correct answer, which is meaning criticize, is disparage. Let us take another sentence completion question, which is primarily determined by the clue word or the keyword. The most important thing in sentences is you should develop an ability to identify what is a clue in the sentence. The archaeologist enjoyed the dash life she led while gathering artifacts. What are artifacts? Different types of items. She never stayed at any one site long enough to get bored. In this, the clue is never staying at any one site. Hey, in the last 6 months, I have changed my house 10 times. I never stayed at any one place long enough, so I live a dash life. When you are not staying at any one place, what do you call that life? Stealthy. What is stealthy? Stealthy means secretive. Stealthy means secretive. In that class, that boy is giving stealthy looks at somebody without the teacher observing. Stealthy, very, very secretive. Chup chup ke. So that's stealthy. Not stayed at any one place. Secretive. Any meaning? I don't think so. Clamorous. What is clamor? The word clamor is given in many dictionaries as noise. What is noise? In your kitchen, you have different types of metal objects. When your mummy is cooking, many times the vessels may touch each other and it may produce a very disturbing noise. That's called clamor. But clamor is also, there is some election going on. Many people are trying to get a MLA ticket. So many people are clamoring for getting a MLA ticket from this political party. The clamor for promotion is increasing in that company. So clamor is any noise, any disturbance. So too much noise or too much disturbance is called clamor. Any meaning? I never stayed at any one place. That's a clue. If you don't stay at any one place, are you called clamorous? No. Indiscreet. What is indiscreet? Discreet. There are some people, they know what to talk, what not to talk, how to behave with people. They are very, very controlled. But in your college or in your school or in your family, there may be a person. I tell some very, very personal secret to you, and you go and tell everybody in the college about a very personal secret. I say, why are you so indiscreet? Don't you know what is to be told and what is not to be told? This is a very personal issue, you should not tell that. But you are very indiscreet. Indiscreet is a person who does not understand what to talk and what not to talk, how to behave and how not to behave, is what is called indiscreet person. I never stayed at any one place. I am indiscreet. Any meaning? No. So the correct answer is nomadic. What is nomad? There are some communities. They never stay. These are also called gypsies. They never stay at one place. They keep on moving from village to village, place to place, and especially you might have seen some communities which take care of sheep, shepherds. The shepherds, they never stay at one place. They take some 1,000 sheep and they keep on traveling. Today they are in one village, tomorrow they are in some other village, and maybe once in a year they come back to their original village. That type of a life is what is called life of a nomad or life of a gypsy. So what is nomadic? Nomadic is constantly traveling, never staying at one place. So from this word called never stayed at any one place, the correct answer is nomadic, that is B. So let us discuss one more sentence completion question. Hydrogen is the dash element of the universe in that it provides the building blocks from which other elements are produced. Here there is a connecting term which you need to understand, and there is a clue word which you need to understand. The connecting term is in that. In that basically means because. Hydrogen is dash element because it gives the building blocks from which other elements are produced. The entire sentence is dependent on this clue or keyword called building blocks. Hydrogen provides the building blocks from which other things are produced. So hydrogen is the dash element. If something is the building block, education is a dash quality because education is the building block for any future success. That means what? What is building block? Foundation. Anything that is basic. From that other things come. Steadfast. What is steadfast? Steadfast means loyal, unchanging. You are my steadfast friend. You are my steadfast friend means when I am in a good position, you are my friend. When I am in a bad position, you are my friend. When I am rich, you are my friend. When I am poor, you are my friend. So steadfast is loyal, unchanging, consistent. I am steadfast in my belief in communism. I am a communist. Even when the whole world is talking about Google and Facebook, I still remain a communist. Even when the whole, so you are steadfast in your belief. You are steadfast in your loyalty. You are steadfast means unchanging or loyal. Hydrogen is the loyal, unchanging element from which other elements come. Any meaning? Meaningless. Final element. If something is a final element, what do you call final? The last, when everything is over. But here I am saying it is the element from which other elements come. I am the final person in my family because I have 3 children. If I have 3 children, they become the next. I am not the final. So, doesn't fit. Lightest. Nowhere in the sentence anything related to weight is mentioned. So, the correct answer is fundamental. What is fundamental? Anything that is very, very, very basic. So, it is the fundamental element of the universe from which other elements come. Let us discuss another sentence which is heavily dependent on your ability to understand the structure of the sentence and your knowledge of vocabulary. Because it was impossible for Dr. Foster to conceal his intense displeasure, he continued to make dash comments about his successor. Now here the connecting term is because. When I say because, the first part and second part are similar in meaning. As you can see, the sentence is about a person called Dr. Foster. Dr. Foster was finding it impossible to conceal his intense displeasure. What is conceal? Conceal is to hide. Displeasure. What is displeasure? Unhappiness. Dr. Foster could not hide his unhappiness. That means I am very unhappy with somebody and I could not hide also my unhappiness. Because that's why I continue to make dash comments about my successor. In my office there is an employee. I am very unhappy with that employee and I cannot hide my unhappiness. I am so angry that I could not hide also. Because I could not hide my unhappiness, I made dash comments about my employee. Obviously, if I am unhappy and I could not hide my unhappiness, I will make some negative comments. I will not make positive comments if I am unhappy. So in the blank, something negative, something in the meaning of criticizing should be there. Impartial. What is impartial? Unbiased. If I am unhappy with somebody and not able to hide it, do I make impartial comments? I don't think so. Incomprehensible. Incomprehensible is difficult to understand. This concept is very incomprehensible to me. I cannot understand trigonometry, So trigonometry is incomprehensible to me. He made difficult to understand comments. If I am unhappy, why will I make difficult to understand comments? Meaningless. Capricious. Capricious means constantly changing. Capricious is constantly changing. Or fickle-minded. What is fickle? Anybody who is not stable in his thoughts, who keeps on changing his opinions, doesn't fit. So the answer is vitriolic. The word vitriolic, probably you can understand if you remember your school level chemistry. In your school level chemistry, what is vitriol? Vitriol is another name for sulfuric acid. From vitriol, we got a word called vitriolic. Vitriolic is only used when we talk about some speech, comments, etc. When somebody is making a comment on me, it was so horrible that I felt as if he was throwing sulfuric acid on my face. That means what? Vitriolic is very, very, very severe, criticizing, negative, harsh comment. It is so harsh and so negative, you have a feeling he is throwing sulfuric acid on your face and your face is burning. So, Mr. Foster was very unhappy. He could not hide his unhappiness, so he made vitriolic or criticizing comments about his successor. The correct answer is vitriolic.